You know, I look at everything that's happening in western North Carolina, eastern Tennessee, North Georgia. I look at this hurricane barreling into Florida as we sit here today. Milton's going to unleash hell on a lot of people there. And it occurs to me, you've got to be ready. You don't know what's going to happen. There could be an earthquake, there could be a hurricane, a lot of things could happen. You don't know. And that's why you have to be prepared. It's not paranoia. It's just being ready for anything that happens. My next guest, Dr. Peter McCullough, Chief Scientific Officer at the Wellness Company, here with me. Doctor, nice to see you today.
Thank you.
And we were talking in the break there. In this day and age, you never know if it's going to come from nature, like a hurricane, or the government because of some crackdown like we saw with COVID. It's okay to be a little bit paranoid these days, Doctor. And as we mentioned during the break, you and I were talking, everybody should be a little bit of a prepper. Everybody should be a little bit of a prepper just to be prepared for anything that happens. Don't you, right?
You're right. People should turn this nervous, anxious energy into something productive, like getting prepared for what could happen next. And looking at these scenes from Hurricane Helene and certainly what's going to happen with Milton. Steve, these lacerations that happen out in the dirty water as people are struggling, they get infected so quickly because the water is filled with bacteria. People need emergency kits. The red emergency kit from the Wellness Company has, all the prescription antibiotics topically as well as orally to prevent and then manage infections, take care of wounds. My heart goes out to people in these areas, but please have emergency medical kits on hand.
And in fact, Dr. Peter McCullough and his team at the Wellness Company have created a number of kits. For those of you on television right now, you can see I have the red kit right here. It's on my desk. It's an emergency kit. Look, if you get banged up, flying debris, whatever it might be, or you just fall down and you live out in the country and you need something, there it is. You also have the medical emergency kit. This has all sorts of antibiotics, antiparasitics, all sorts of drugs you need. And every one of these kits, and there's a variety of them, have a book in there explaining how to use everything. Something else about prescription medications while I'm thinking about it, Doctor. Too many of our medicines, if not all of them, run back to China and India. So we talk about hurricanes, we talk about natural disaster or the government doing something like COVID, but supply chains, we haven't talked about that in a while, but if India or China say, you know what, we're not shipping any of this stuff because we have a problem in our country, that cuts off America from the drugs we need, doesn't it?
It does, and people should consider Wellness Company memberships. So we have the Premier and the Elite memberships, which actually have a drug benefit plan, hundreds of drugs that are actually free. So they come through the Wellness Company, contract pharmacy, stocked way ahead of time. I've done it myself now for prescription medicines. They literally just send it out to you, zero charge, once you're a Wellness Company membership and sign up. People need to get this, not be dependent on picking up drugs at a pharmacy. You don't know when the car's not going to work or there's going to be some new circumstance that comes up. Wellness Company memberships now have prescription drug coverage.
Yeah, and if you have a chronic disease, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, how long could you go if your drugs get cut off because you're like the folks in western North Carolina? I mean, if you're not prepared, that could be a death sentence, couldn't it?
It could. Some of my patients, Steve, I'm an internist and cardiologist. Some of my patients, if they go without medicines, they can go into heart failure in about 3 days. So it's mission critical that they have an ample supply of medicines on hand. Wellness Company has this figured out now, and it's so reassuring that we can prescribe, the patients will get it. Patients can tell their doctors that they have the Wellness Company pharmacy benefit. We don't have to be scrambling to these retail pharmacies, which can close. They're unstable in terms of pricing and supply. We've just actually gone through a whole series of drug shortages this year already.
Yeah. I want to ask you about something else here. It is cold and flu season, and so look, I'll never take another vaccine as long as I live. I don't believe. I don't trust it anymore. The government blew its trust with me during the COVID pandemic, but they're still pushing the COVID vaccine. They're pushing the flu vaccine. And now they're talking about this Marburg virus or something else to scare people out there. What is up with all the fear mongering? Well, what is the motivation behind all this fear mongering, Doctor?
Recent paper in JAMA, Steve, showed that trust in hospitals and doctors has plummeted. through the pandemic. And the reason why is failure to treat the illness early, that is COVID-19, and then pushing the unsafe, ineffective vaccines. And people now have been fatigued with these fear-mongering campaigns, COVID, bird flu, monkeypox, and every single one of these campaigns is trying to nudge people towards more vaccination as the only solution. At the wellness company, we treat first. We understand vaccines are not perfect. Many times they offer very minimal protection. People get sick anyway. They need early treatment. People should be seeking doctors and healthcare solutions that will provide treatment if they get sick with one of these illnesses.
Can you think of any reason, any situation, any circumstance where you would say, yeah, go ahead and get the COVID vaccination? I can see none at this point. I mean, I don't believe it's safe. I think it's proven to be unsafe. Why would anybody get another COVID vaccine today?
Through April of this year, the CDC data showed only 1.6% of people were taking vaccines in the United States. And sadly, it may have been people effectively forced into taking them. But no, they're not safe. Multiple calls to pull them from the market from evidence-based, consensus-driven physician organizations. Now, people recognize they're not safe. They never were effective. They should be pulled off the market.
All right, folks, look out for yourselves. Be prepared no matter what happens. It's not fear-mongering. It's being prepared. I'm as paranoid as a Boy Scout, all right? Get your emergency kits like this first aid emergency kit from the Wellness Company. Go to twc.health/Gruber, twc.health/Gruber. You'll save 10% using promo code Gruber. And great doctors like this man right here, Peter McCullough, helped put them together. The book's in there. Be ready for anything that happens. Dr. McCullough, always appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Here it is, folks. twc.health/Gruber. Why would you be caught flat-footed or unprepared? There is no reason for it. None. Save 10% promo code Gruber at twc.com/Gruber. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.